Today, we are going to talk about one of the communities I know very well, Royal Cypress Preserve. And I am in the community all the time, but I get a ton of questions about this community. So I figured I would give you the beginner's guide to Royal Cypress Preserve, and I'll talk to you about some of the questions I commonly get. So, one of the top questions that I get about Royal Cypress Preserve is how much do the homes cost there, right? And there's a wide range. For example, right now, there is a home, the most cost effective home is $950,000. The most expensive home on the market available right now is 1.75 million. So there's some range in there, but on average, I would expect to spend somewhere between a million and 1.3. That is typically what you can expect in Royal Cypress Preserve. Another top question I get is about the HOA dues. How much are they? What's included? What are the amenities? So let me break it down. The HOA dues are about $460 a month. And that sounds like a lot, but let me tell you all of the amenities that are included. So, with your HOA fee, you get 24-hour guard gated community. There is consistently a gate there. And let me tell you, since they added the light, it is a game changer. It's top tier. There used to be a virtual guard gate, and there was no light. So, the police would literally sit across the street and stop traffic for people coming in and out of the neighborhood. So appreciate that stoplight. Your HOA dues don't pay for it, but it is top tier. But you have the 24-hour guard gated community. Your landscaping is included. That is your front and your backyard, as long as the backyard is accessible. And you can have a fence as long as they have access. You also get access to South Lake, which is a skiable lake that you can drop in a boat, jet skis, you can paddleboard, all the things. You also get access to see beautiful nightly Disney fireworks. They have a clubhouse that you can grill, you can entertain at. They also have a fitness center, which is nice. They have a playground, a dog park. So you have a ton of amenities that your HOA payment gets you. Another question that is really common is how are the schools? And it's really interesting because this community, Royal Cypress Preserve, is in Dr. Phillips. It's a Dr. Phillips zip code, 32836. However, it's zoned to one of the Windermere schools. So the schools are all A and B rated. The elementary school is Castleview. It has an A rating. The middle school is Horizon West Middle. It's a B plus rating. And the high school is actually Windermere High, which is an A plus rating. It's a newer school here. Another common question that I get specifically from out of state buyers: are short term rentals allowed? The answer is no, they are not. This is a community that does not allow short term rentals. And a lot of people don't know that this community, like many Orlando communities, do not have the zoning for it. There is specific required zoning for short-term rentals in Orange County, and this community does not fit that. So short-term rentals are not allowed. One of the questions that I get, not so commonly, but I thought it was a good one to share, is how big is the community? Royal Cypress has just over 200 homes, which is a smaller master planned community. There are these micro communities popping up that have, anywhere from 20 to 40 homes. And so it's not that small. You do have a lot of diversity, a lot of different floor plans and layouts. There are some single story, there are two-story homes. The sizes range from around just over 2,000 to just under 5,000. I think there are a few homes that hit that 5,000 and up range, but it's a very intimate community, and it feels small because you often see neighbors out walking. And another question I get is it a good community to invest in? So the answer to that is it depends, right? I have clients that have owned and still own multiple properties in the neighborhood. And for a community that's just about 200 homes, that says something. But it also matters, when you think about your timing, what you think about your purposes, and what you plan to use the property for. And so, is it a good investment? Really isn't a question that I could answer for you. It's something you have to answer for yourself. You have to think through your use. Are you purchasing this as a residential primary property? If so, the people that own there tend to love it. And those that have invested, purchased the property right, the property values, hands down, sustain and have increased year over year. So, from that aspect, absolutely. But if you're planning to purchase this as an investment property and maybe you have to get a mortgage rates are so high that likely I don't know if you'd be able to service the debt for a rental in that luxury price point. So it all depends on what your specific needs and questions are around if it's a good investment for you. This is one of the last questions I get pretty regularly, but it's definitely one of the most significant because you need to know the difference of why some homes sell for the 900,000s and why some homes have sold for 3 million. So there are a few factors that differentiate homes in Royal Cypress. So number one, yes, there's differences in square footage and there are some single story and two-story homes. But more specifically, there are homes that back up to preserve, meaning they have no rear neighbors. There are lakefront properties that actually sit on South Lake. And then there are properties that sit on the pond. So there are some pond front properties, lake front properties, and properties that back up to preserve. One of the other factors that is very important and significantly impacts prices is firework views. One of the benefits of this community is that you are so close to Disney that you can see the nightly fireworks. Not every home in the community has that view, but there are a few that do. So those are the main differentiators between the types of homes and the difference in values in Royal Cypress Preserve. This is a community that I know very well. And if you have any additional questions or want something covered that I didn't, let me know. This is a community that we consistently have clients in. So if you're interested in buying or selling in Royal Cypress Preserve, you know how to find me.